Welcome back to Poetry and Police. Before I go any further, as usual, I must say big up to all my loyal subscribers. Big up to the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Big up to the nurses in Jamaica, the teachers in Jamaica, the firemen in Jamaica, all essential services in Jamaica, the soldiers, everybody who keeps the wheel turning in Jamaica to make Jamaica a better place. Big up to all our leaders in the same breath, even though our leaders does not, in most cases, does not seem to care about the Jamaican people, but rather what they stuff into their pockets. Now, should I say it's a topic of today that Jamaica is projecting towards what our leaders may say or may call a positive changes. So now people would say, or our leaders would like to say that we will be having a changed Jamaica, or Jamaica is already changed for the better, financially and socio-economically. No, the Prime Minister came forward and he made a speech. Jamaica, apart from Jamaica being on a journey to be republicanized, yes, the plans is for Jamaica to be transformed to a republic, and that has been going on for some time now. But as we know, as we speak, that some of the reasons why Jamaica is not yet republicanized is because of the differences between, or should I say, the differences of opinion, or the direction that the country should take, and the strategies that the country should take in ascertaining republicanism, and the opposition has different opinions as it relates to certain things moving forward. So we can clearly say that we have a stalemate going on in Jamaica right now between the two parties in terms of how Jamaica should move forward in terms of this republicanism issue. So that's the thing I would say, it is on a back burner right now, because we are not going anywhere with that. And I have been hearing republicanism for the longest while, but still we see no movements in that direction. The thing is not being finalized because there are too many differences between the opposition and the party in power, which is the JLP in power, and the PNP, who is not in power, the opposition. I mean, the opposition is here to ensure that the government is doing the right thing, but not to oppose everything that the government does if it is positive. But like I said before, and most bloggers have said, and most people know in Jamaica, that the parties in Jamaica does not consider themselves for the entire Jamaica. You see, the thing is, people, and this is a problem that we have over the years, and this is what I call corruption. And this is why Jamaica will never move further until we get rid of this type of political corruption in the country that in turns corrupts our police department and other department of government. Because our politicians seems to believe that they are not 100% Jamaican, they are 50% Jamaicans. Every party is 50% Jamaican, or the percentage of Jamaica that voted for to put them in power, they represent those people alone. But from time to time, I'm always telling you people, that are politicians, that listen me, if you are in power, you are for the entire citizenry of Jamaica. You are for the entire Jamaica, not for those people who vote for Labour right alone, or those people who vote for PNP alone. And people, one might say that Jamaica is changing to positive, but Jamaica is not being changed as long as we are being shackled by political tribalism, and shackled by the amount of crime that is being committed in Jamaica nowadays, and shackled by the corruption in politics, and shackled by the corruption in our police department in Jamaica. Even when Jamaica become a republic, it will still be the same Jamaica. But All I am saying, Mr. Prime Minister, and all I'm saying that Mr. Opposition Leader, that if Jamaica needs changes, and if Jamaica needs to change to a Republican country, to a republic, and Jamaica needs to change overall, then the both parties has to work together so that we can achieve that goal. And I am not seeing any of that going on now. If you look around, people, as a child, I was growing up as a kid, as a as an as a teenager, right through my adult life, I've seen this happen over and over again. That if PNP is in power, then no roads in the Jamaica Labour Party constituencies are fixed. And if the Jamaica Labour Party is in power, then no roads in the PNP constituency are fixed. If a party say now that the Labour right is in power, they do not place emphasis on areas which are PNP dominated areas. They do not care about embarking on projects that make the communities better, fixing roads, you name it. And we don't need any glasses to see that. And that is so that is where Jamaica is segregated. So politics has segregated our people and segregated our country and also segregated the police department and brews nothing but corruption in the police department and nothing but corruption in the country itself, in all the ministries. Now the Prime Minister spoke openly about the country being transformed to a republic. The opposition speak openly about reasons why they have not yet agreed for the resolve to be met. And the Prime Minister is now saying that Jamaica is going fully digitalized. I have no problem with that, Mr. Prime Minister, because that has been a long time coming. We are living in a modern world, and Jamaica should have been digitalized a long time ago. And some people might misunderstood what is meant by fully digitalized. Some people start talking about the mark of the beast and stuff like that. No, that is not the issue, people. It's not about the mark of the beast or anything like that. Let's take, for example, if you go to the bank in Jamaica, going to the bank in Jamaica is like what would I call it? It's like work. You have to make sure you have time, take time off to go to the bank. Because whenever you go to the bank, it's hours of sitting down, hours of waiting just to do one transaction, which could have been done from your bedroom. I live in America right now. I do not need to go to my bank to lodge a check. I use my phone. It's technology. We are living in a technology age, so it's full time that Jamaica moves to that kind of technology age. It's full time that Jamaica moves to digital signing, just like other countries are. That is what the Prime Minister is saying. And digital sign would save people a whole lot, save you on fuel, save you on time. You don't have to be driving to the bank or take the bank your bus or taxi to the bank just to lodge one check, when you can just take a photograph of the check and lodge it to your account right in your bedroom, in your bathroom, anywhere you're there. So that is also a positive move for Jamaica. If that resolve is met in this year or early next year. The next thing that should be digitalized is the pension department. Well, you have to go directly to the pension department to even drop off your life certificate and stuff like that. No email, nothing like that. Jamaica should be set in a position where we can e-sign. Everything can be done online. So that is what the Prime Minister is talking about, and that is a positive move for Jamaica. It will save people a whole lot of money, and it would save people a whole lot of time. But even though we are saying this, Mr. Prime Minister, even though we are saying this, and Mr. Opposition Leader, even though we are saying this and it's a positive move for Jamaica, and the republicanism issue is also a positive move for Jamaica, but at the same time, Jamaica is being bogged down, and Jamaica is being shackles. Jamaica is under the same shackles and under the same ball and chain as Jamaica has been for the past 100 years, where crime and criminals control Jamaica and corruption runs Jamaica. How are we going to get the corruption out of our politics? Mr. Prime Minister, you see, we speak about moving forward with Jamaica, with technology, and changing the status of Jamaica and how Jamaica should be represented over the internationally. But let us talk about the crime situation that is damaging Jamaica. And we all know, Mr. Prime Minister, that one of the major aspects of this crime situation in Jamaica is political tribalism. Are you willing to give up the political tribalism to harness votes? Are you willing to give up the machine that harnesses votes for you people? Are you willing to give up that? Are you willing to give up your personal beliefs in your politics and allow people to vote how they feel like vote without being tribalized? That's the thing, Are we willing to give up the political strongholds? And until we give up the political strongholds in Jamaica, and in Jamaica, whether we move to a republic or whether we go digital, Jamaica will be the same country, digitalized or republicanized. We will have the same crime or even more crime. And a matter of fact, when the country gets digitalized, there will be more digital crimes being committed. There will be more bank frauds. Are we ready for that? Is the police department ready for that? So there's a whole lot of things that we have to put in place, Mr. Prime Minister. But I think basically what I'm saying to Mr. Prime Minister, in a nutshell, that we cannot have too much wood of fire. We can't have too much sticking at the fire at the same time. Too much rats can't dig a good hole. We cannot have too much stick of fire. All people say you can't have too much stick of fire. That means we cannot be doing 100 things at the same time. We need to and while doing 100 things, we are not completing any of them. So I am saying that, Mr. Prime Minister, right now, that we need to strategize. We need to complete task by task. If we are working on getting the country towards being a republic, let's do that. It is time that the opposition gets fully on board and make this not a dream, but make it possible, make it reality. Make this resolve for Jamaica to be a republic a reality and not just a dream. And after we have received that, then, Mr. Prime Minister, we can go 100% digital. We need to go digital, but we also need to solve this republic business. We also need to solve our crime business. We also need to resolve our shortage of police business. We also need to solve our corruption in politics and policing business. We also need to sort out our political tribalism business. And we also need to sort out housing. We also need to sort out job business. These are the things that we need to deal with in Jamaica, and it doesn't matter what changes we make if we are a republic or we go digitalized. Crime and violence, political tribalism, and these things that I have mentioned will be the balls and chains pulling down Jamaica through all what we see, with what we would call progress. What we need to understand is that, my viewers and subscribers, is that the real success for Jamaica, the real success for Jamaica is to get a handle, to get a hold on our crime and violence situation, to get a hold on our corruption situation, to get a hold on our licky politics, our licky behavior in Jamaica. That is what we need to attack first. We have to get a hold on these things, or else progress will not seem to be progress. If we are digitalized or we are republicanized, and crime and violence, corruption is still pulling us down in the ground, that we are no better than any other country. That we are not better than Haiti. We are not better than Somalia. So we have to get a hold and our political tribalism, we have to get a hold on the corruption in the police department and also, especially in the political department, Mr. Prime Minister, because you are surrounded by sharks. You are surrounded by people who does not even believe in your ideal if your ideal is good. You are surrounded by people who just believe that they should stuff their pockets from politicians to police, to heads of government, to heads of police department. It is time that our police department gets out of politics. It is time that our police department gets separated from our politics. Because politics is destroying the police department in Jamaica. It's all well and good, Mr. Holiness, that you can come forward and speak celebratedly or speak in a celebrated manner that Jamaica will be going digitalized and that Jamaica is moving forward and is even closer to being a republic. But my question is Jamaica even moving anywhere closer in preventing crime and violence or in reducing crime and violence and reducing corruption, which these things are the plagues, these things are the bane of the existence of Jamaica. And Jamaica will always be suffocating, and Jamaica will always be drowning once these iron balls are tied onto her feet. Jamaica will see no progress, no matter how it looks. A friend of mine once said to me, that America is the most advanced backward country in the world. And I tend to believe that. Now, what can I say about Jamaica? That Jamaica will be an advanced backward country? And when we say advanced backward, I mean, we are digitalized, we are republicanized, we have a good socio-economic system, we have put jobs in place, but yet we have the dirty business of corruption and crime sinking the country like the Titanic. That is all I am saying. So therefore, we have to look at all the issues, we have to look at the improvements that we can achieve, but we have to look at all the issues that will suppress the achievements. And if we are going to say, look at the issues that will suppress the achievements of the country, the first issue would be corruption. Because our main major problem in Jamaica is corruption. Corruption bleeds nothing but crime and violence in Jamaica. And when we're talking about corruption, we're not just talking about the little normal corruption. We are talking about corruption in government, corruption in major ministries, especially our Ministry of Finance, and especially in our Ministry of Works, where we have magnitude of projects that is attached a magnitude or a gigantic amount of funds, when half of that funds or even 25% of that funds is not spent on the project, but derailed. I wouldn't even use, derailed is a proper word, but embezzled. The funds are embezzled to the pockets of our politicians and their criminal counterparts. Because every project, every road we are building in Jamaica, old cockroach and dirty boy out the road are benefiting from it. Work can't go on unless them get 25% or 30% of the food. And then you have the senior officers them in the division them where a big food I reach them too. And I have experience with that and I know of that. Where senior officers get millions of dollars off a Sandy Gully. Politician get for them, cockroach out the road get for them, Dan get for them money. How much is spent on the project? So if you have $10 billion budgetalized for the project, out of that $10 billion, maybe 4 or 5 or 6, well, I would say maybe 7 is gone. It is spent on gangsters, police, senior police officers, and the rest go in the politician them pocket. Mr. Prime Minister, are you going to prevent these things from happening? What are you putting in place so these things does not happen in Jamaica once we are planning to move forward? We cannot move forward with the same titles. We cannot move forward with the same issues. We need to at least solve our issues before we choose to move forward. Republicanism is good. Fully digitalized country is good. Is great, a matter of fact. But we have to understand that the crime will still be there. The corruption will still be there, and it will even get worse over time, especially when we go digital. Especially when we go digital, Mr. Prime Minister. Now is the time that you sit down with the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security, Minister of Works, and all your ministries. And we need to harness a change in Jamaica. It is time for you to put down your foot, Mr. Prime Minister, and say, I am a different Prime Minister. I am going in a different direction. Let me be democratic, or let me be a republic. Let me play a Republican for once in my life. Let us get rid of political tribalism. Let's get rid of corruption out of politics. Let's get rid of the corruption out of the police department and out of all the government ministries. Let's get rid of all these tribalism and corruption that is drowning Jamaica in deep waters. Not just shallow water, deep waters. Because Jamaica is heading in a direction. The crime and violence and corruption is pulling Jamaica in a direction that Jamaica will soon not survive from. That our entire society will just crumble. Bob Marley said it enough, Mr. Prime Minister. And in my book, Bob Marley is a prophet. And Bob Marley said, until there's no more second class or first and second class citizens in any nation, there will be war. Until a man's station is in life is not the way that he's treated, there will be war. Until a man feels that poverty is a crime, there will be war. Yes, poverty is a crime, Mr. Prime Minister. It is not fun to get up and cannot afford food. It's not fun to get up and you cannot put clothes on your children's back. It is not fun for you to get up and you do not have a job. It's not fun for you to get up and you can't pay your rent or you do not live anywhere, Mr. Prime Minister. It's not fun. Some people will rob and thief, and some people will derive a different method of surviving, which is corruption and crime. I am not saying that you're God. I'm not saying that you can stop poverty. The greatest leaders in the world cannot stop poverty. Poverty will always exist in every country. But it's how you deal with the poverty, Mr. Prime Minister. It's how you issue the funds. Because you have to remember that you are a Prime Minister, anybody in power, that you are for the people of Jamaica and not for just the PNP and not for just the Labour right. And this also goes for the police department. That you are not just for the rich. The laws of Jamaica does not go just for the rich, but it also goes for the poor. That justice should be free and justice should not cost anybody anything. And even because a man can pay for certain justice, no, it should not be given to him. Justice should be dealt with according to law, not according to your pockets. And that is one of the major things that mash up Jamaica system. That a man can pay any money, a man have substance and statute, can commit heinous crimes and get away with it because he can buy his way out of it. And that is one of the things that need to change in Jamaica, that don't matter the amount of money where you have, you can't get away from certain things. It is time for us to treat, as Jamaicans, police officers, politicians, to treat these things like cancer. So if you commit yourself, there's no returning from that. You cannot, no matter the money where you spend, if you get yourself out of cancer, you can't get it out of your car. Cancer has no cure. So if you commit a crime, no matter the money where you spend, you're not supposed to get where. That is all I am saying. You're supposed to go to prison. Nobody should care about your status in life. A matter of fact, once you commit certain crime, then your statute or station should be destroyed.